Hey guys, I gotta give you an update. Sorry, we couldn't work on the truck, and we can't work on the truck probably for another week again. We got slammed with airplanes, so we're doing that. But anyway, I'm gonna take you on the inside and show you what we're doing. We wanted to make a couple of test shots so we could see what it would look like, during Doomsday. You would see things like an empty highway with no cars on it. Well, we had to figure out how to digitally remove all the vehicles off of one of the major highways. And then we did it. And then we figured out how to make all the buildings, because we didn't want anything copyright, any kind of names or logos. And we didn't want any foliage to look green or anything that looked new. So we did everything possible doing it ourselves. And of course, I use Microsoft Paint is one of my favorite programs to use. And I use Adobe Photoshop Elements. And I really love the magic extractor tool. I'm sure there are tools out there, that kids can download on their cell phones that have way more editing power than anything that I use. But anyway, you can buy Adobe Adobe Photoshop Elements at I don't know, probably CVS or, Office Max or something like that. I believe I have a whopping $45 tied up in this. But anyway, I figured out how to make like a pastel kind of a background, and I would crop out all of the little buildings, the things that we photographed, and it's done with a magic extractor. And what that basically comes down to is you put a red dot or a red line on what you want to keep and a blue dot or a blue line on what you want to go away. And then you hit the preview button, and if it looks acceptable, you just hit OK, and you're ready to roll. So this, we're cooking with fire with this stuff. So anyway, this is what I figured out how to do. But the pros are going to do everything correctly with much higher resolution. We're like 16 megapixel. Who knows what they're going to do? But anyway, this is what we came up with so that you can see where we're going with this. And like I said, I really want kind of a Doomsday that's almost like Walking Dead mixed with Blade Runner. That's my favorite kind of stuff. But anyway, if you want to talk to me and keep up with us, because I don't know what's going to happen for this whole month. It looks like we're slammed with 3 airplanes, so I don't know what's going to happen. Just find me over on Facebook, and I fucking hate Facebook. I'll be the first one to say it, and I really fucking hate YouTube. But unfortunately, I have to use those mediums because that's what the rest of our crew uses, and they're terrified of LiveLeak. I live on LiveLeak. I'm always on LiveLeak. But if you want to find me and you want to follow the project a little more closely, you're going to have to look for me on Facebook, all right? So this is where we're at right now, and sorry, I'll get the truck done as soon as I can. Have a great night, guys.